every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every month, every fucking year, for as long as it fucking takes for you to get where you're going. You should be consumed with that path. You have to dedicate every breath, every ounce of energy, and every thought and effort that you possibly have in your heart to becoming what it is you want to be. You better learn to get really used to being uncomfortable. And if you could get used to being uncomfortable, your fucking limits are non-existent.
I think there are a lot of people that have dreams and aspirations of things that they always wanted to do, but it wasn't the right time, or they didn't have enough money, or they didn't have enough experience. It's never the right time. You're never going to have the right experience. And all of a sudden you wake up and you're 70. And you're like, God, I wish I could have done it.
It's what you don't do that screws with you later on.
I get one shot at this life.
It takes courage to be successful. It is far easier not to be successful. Misery will always have company. Success breeds contempt. If you don't want to make waves, be mediocre. Be normal and fit in.
See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. You get a setback. You get thrown off course. You lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You need dirt on you to develop these, because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer.
With everybody else, dress like them, walk like them, act like them, eat like them, go where they go, think like they think, do what they do. And once you neutralize your uniqueness, you don't need courage. It takes courage to be different. It takes courage to go where you've never gone before. For some of you, it took courage to come to this conference. It takes courage to get you outside of the bar. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you.
It's like a magic of the time. These
Patience and engage in consistent action. See, everything does not always happen, ladies and gentlemen, when we want it to happen.
I don't accept that I am what I am and that is what I'm doomed to be. No, I don't accept that. I'm fighting. I'm always fighting. I'm struggling and I'm scrapping. But I'm kicking and clawing at those weaknesses to change them, to stop them. Some days I win. Some days I don't. But each and every day, I get back up and I move forward with my fists clenched toward the battle, toward the struggle. And I fight with everything I've got to overcome those weaknesses and those shortfalls and those flaws, as I strive to be just a little bit better today than I was yesterday.
There's no longer any room for excuses. Excuses are tools of the incompetent, used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness. Well, we've got no time for excuses. Nobody is going to give you anything that you have not earned. Nobody cares how tough your upbringing was.
You have no college training. You were labeled educable, mentally retarded. You failed twice in school. They put you back from the 5th grade into the 4th grade, and you failed in the 8th grade. You've never worked for a major corporation, and you are going to become independently wealthy. Right. They laugh. They're going to laugh at you.
Did you see Power? Absolutely not. Did you see the Game of Thrones? Absolutely not. I'm trying to blow up. Many of you are not where you're supposed to be, not because you're not gifted. You have absolutely no discipline.
kinds of people. There's the type of person who says, I'm going to wait till I feel like it before I do it. And then there's a person who says, I've got to do it so that I feel like it. One will never get anything done because they're still waiting to feel the moment to move. And the other person says, no, I need to move, and then I will begin to feel the movement.
Courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. You have got to be relentless. You got to be the kind of person that you are fearless. You are unstoppable. The last chapter to your life has not been written yet, and it doesn't matter about what happened yesterday. You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you.
What's gonna separate you is when it's beast time, when it's war time, you gotta get up and make it happen. I just need you to keep walking toward it. I don't need you thinking about it no more. You're doing too much thinking, you analyzing too much. You talking yourself out of it. Oh, E, I don't know if this is gonna work. I tried and it didn't work. I just need you to keep moving. I need you to make up in your mind that the only way you can lose is if you quit. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not give up. I will not be bought or sold. I work too hard. You can't just say you want it. It's cute to say it, but when it's showtime, when the sun comes up, you've got all the books, you've got all the tapes, you've got all the access. Now it's time to hunt. And what separates you from everybody else is that when it's time to hunt, you're ready to hunt.
A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So, he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusions. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant, but a bad master. Most of us would have rather money than tangible wealth, and a great occasion is somehow spoiled for us unless photographed. And to read about it the next day in the newspaper is oddly more fun for us than the original event. This is a disaster. For as a result of confusing the real world of nature with mere science, we are destroying nature. We are so tied up in our minds that we've lost our senses. Time to wake up. What is reality? Obviously, no one can say because it isn't words. It isn't material, that's just an idea. I'm not trying to put you down. It's an expression of you as you are. One must live. We need to survive, to go on. We must go on.
Come on and love me. Come on and trust me. Come on and hold me like you do. 'Cause you've been heartbroken. You're scared to be open. Yeah, I can tell.
Alright, guys. Alright. Season 1, Episode 2, Megaman. I did some more work. Obviously, the lights are way washed right now. The audio is probably not on point. My Yeti speaker doesn't have a long enough cord, so it's either super silent or use this Logitech mic I don't know how it even sounds. Let's make sure you guys even pick me up. Yeah, we get some audio out of that. We'll do that. So we do a Mega Man. Mega Man's personal favorite. I love me Mega Man. I guess we start with the games, right? Mega Man. You got a lot of video games. I played all the originals. I played them all. I platinumed them on all the collections. I mean, I've beaten the core Mega Mans. Now there are some Mega Mans obviously outside of the core games. We'll get over. We'll talk about those, but there's some that I have not beaten. There's some that I haven't even played. In doing my research just for this episode, there's some Mega Mans that I didn't even know existed until today, which is crazy because I know a lot about Mega Man. So it just goes to show how much Mega Man, we'll just say energy. My brain was thinking about something else, but it was kind of dirty. So we'll just call it energy. There's a lot of it in the world. Oh. Massive echo. There's a massive echo. Still so understand? Yeah. There's a massive echo. Test, 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 test. There's a massive echo. Test, 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 test. Oh, yeah, there is an echo. But I would assume that's coming from this computer from that test. So that echo will go away. Anyways. So yeah, Korean Mega Man game. Any Korean Mega Man game, when I think of a Korean Mega Man game that didn't actually get created, I think that might be Mega Man Legends 3. I think, maybe. And there was a Mega Man Universe. I think they were creating a Mega Man Universe, and they were creating a Mega Man Legends 3. And now I'm a fan of Mega Man Legends. Ooh, I love me some Mega Man Legends. The Mega Man Universe game, let's talk about the core Mega Man games. We're talking, I would say the core original Mega Man. This is original Blue Bomber. We're talking Dr. Light, Evil Dr. Wily. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And then they made the new ones, 9 and 10 and 11, the most recent Mega Man, 11. I would consider those all the old Mega Man. That's all in the older timeline, before the X series, before the Zero series, before the Legends series, before all that. So we got to start there. Now, I've beaten 1 through 8. You know, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those games are all really the same. I mean, Mega Man 1 is Mega Man 1. Mega Man 2, I think that's when they start introducing like some cool stuff. I think Mega Man 2 is actually like the step up. I think that's when things get really hot for Mega Man. It's Mega Man 2. For some reason, I remember Mega Man 4 being pretty good too. The rest are just meh. They're just meh. They're Mega Man games. I mean, they're original. You pick one of 8 bosses and you beat them. What they made the Mega Man and Bass game, which kind of takes place in between like 7 and 8. I really hated that game. I try and play that game. I have not beaten Mega Man and Bass, or Bass, whatever you want to call it. It's probably Bass because it's all the rock and roll. But I say it's Bass, but I haven't beaten that game. That game's mechanics, its jumping mechanics and platforming are just kind of sloppy. Then you get Mega Man 8. Mega Man 8 is fantastic. Mega Man 8 is when they start introducing new mechanics that I was like, hey, this is some new mechanics. I was able to find these screws that created a currency, and I was able to go back to the lab and tinker around and spend the currency on some equipable items. Like I could turn my blaster into a laser and stuff. That was cool. Because you didn't have to find the screws, but if you did, you could shoot faster and turn your little yellow pellets into like little tight white pellets, and they went fast and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool, Mega Man 8. B-ass. Most fans say that. BS. It's funny. Going to talk about odd old box arts in Mega Man with the core games, where Mega Man looked like super fat Japanese super police. Well, we can talk. Let's talk about two of those. You bring up fat Mega Man. Let's not forget about Fat Mega Man. Fat Mega Man was in that fighting game. They just released a fighting game. It's a funny story. It was something versus Capcom. So it's probably Marvel versus Capcom or Street Fighter versus Capcom, one of those games. And they went to go get permission to use Mega Man as a character, and they wouldn't give him permission to use Mega Man as a character. So in doing so, they actually circumvented it and put in Fat Mega Man to get around some loopholes. But then the box art dude with the little blaster, I mean, let's talk about that. You got the guy with the blaster. That's because they didn't know what it was. The guys who were hired to make the box art only knew that it was a game about a guy who could run and shot things, but they didn't know anything about the game, so they were like, obviously it must be a blaster in his hand. He's shooting pellets out of it. Give him a gun. And voila, they made the box art. The game came out and it had nothing to do with it. That's how the dude has a little blaster. It's cute. A very meh. Tekken vs. Street Fighter. That's the one. Tekken vs. Street Fighter. Yeah, I'm sure it was a very meh game, but you could play as Fat Mega Man. And, you know, if you can find that game in the bargain bin for $5 or less, then to play as Fat Mega Man for $5 or less, I mean, come on now. Come on now. So what, we were at Mega Man 8. Now, Mega Man 9 and 10, which came out for the 360 and the PlayStation 3, I didn't play those games. I'm not a huge, giant fan of the original Mega Man games. They're fun. I like the platforming and it's Mega Man. I mean, they're fun. But they're not the kind of game that when it's released, I go out and just lust over it. You know, Mega Man 11 just came out. Mega Man 11, I got great reviews. I'm sure it's a great game. It's a new Mega Man. I didn't play it, though. I will play it. I'm a Mega Man fan. I just haven't yet. Now, if you're going to tell me that they remake Mega Man X, or there's a new Mega Man X game coming out, boy, day one. It's preloaded. You already have my money. Just tell me where to deposit my money. But until that time, they just make it under the original Mega Man games. So let's see here. There's a lot of Mega Man games. Did you guys know that there is a Japanese Mega Man game that is based along the lines of a play type of Final Fantasy Tactics? It's a strategy, over-the-top, grid-based. You move, you kill enemies, you level up, you get money, you go back to your lab, and you actually spend your money on Professor Light's lab, upgrading your lab and buying new parts and new abilities for your squad, and then you go out in this strategy RPG Mega Man game. How I didn't know that existed, I don't know, because I want to play that game, but it's only in Japan. God bless the Japanese. Yeah, cousin of mine would stop talking about it when he heard it. Cousin of mine would not stop talking about it. Oh, see? Yeah, I just heard about it, right? I was looking at all these games. I mean, there are a lot of games. Mega Man 1 through 11, obviously, and then there's the Game Boy versions of the Mega Man. So the Mega Man games for the Game Boy, all Game Boy titles have original plot, so they're all unique. Each game in the Game Boy series, including Mega Man 5, features 4 bosses from its corresponding NES version and 4 bosses from the succeeding NES game in the series. Meaning that Mega Man 3 features bosses from Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 4. Mega Man 5 features bosses from Mega Man 5 and Mega Man 6. That's hot. I don't know why, but it's fire, right? So, let's see here. We had Street Fighter versus Mega Man. Street Fighter X Mega Man. That sounds cool. What is that? Character saying Street Fighter, initially fan developed, Capcom funded the project. Oh, that's that fan-made one. That's right. That's right. That's that fan-made game. In 2012, there was a fighting game, Street Fighter versus Mega Man, and they actually allowed it to go through. Isn't that right, Son Sam? Didn't they allow that to actually go through? I think, yeah, they actually let that one go through. Street Fighter versus Mega Man. That one might be fun to actually go and play. Street Fighter. Don't know why I have not played that one, but we're gonna play Street Fighter X Mega Man on one of these sessions because I haven't played that one. Let's see here. Mega Man Soccer. I'm sure that one was crap. Actually, I think I played Mega Man Soccer in one of the collections. Maybe in the PlayStation 2 collection. Why do I feel like maybe it was on the PlayStation 2? It came with that soccer one. I know that the Battle and Chase, Mega Man Battle and Chase, that was definitely in that Mega Man collection. When you beat all of those Mega Man games, you unlocked Mega Man Battle and Chase, which was like a Mario Kart with Mega Man. Pretty okay. It was okay. Mega Man Power Battles. Man, it's a little fighting game. I don't know if I've ever actually played Mega Man Power Battles. It was a game where Mega Man fights Street Fighter characters as Robot Masters. See? You fighting Street Fighter characters as Robot Masters, it's going to be a good game. And then after those, we got Mega Man X. Now, Mega Man X is Mega Man. And when I think of Mega Man, I think of Mega Man X. Immediately after I think of Blue Bomber original Mega Man, but Mega Man X is when Mega Man got cool. In my mind. That's when Mega Man really got cool. It wasn't like this like teenage hit, like, hey, we're going into this Twilight phase, you know, new moon kind of thing. No. They just took what was cool and made it cooler. They didn't box it into anything. They just made it cooler. They put a little red gem on his head and made his armor more aerodynamic. And they made him a little bit more grown up. I mean, naturally. Dude's been out, I mean, how many games he put out? 15, 20 games before Mega Man X coming out. You know what I mean? So, Mega Man X was cool. I remember playing that game on Super Nintendo with all my friends sitting around trying to beat that stupid chameleon. There's a chameleon in that one. Man, that chameleon was hard when I was a kid. Nowadays, Mega Man 10, I could beat blindfold because I've beaten that game so many times. But the first time I played Mega Man X, that damn scorpion-looking chameleon really got my rocks off. The one Mega Man anime I told you about referenced that Mega Man game by having Mega Man kick a soccer ball at Dr. Wily. Yeah, yay! What's up, AB? Alright, so Mega Man X. So we have Mega Man X, which was awesome. Mega Man X2, pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good. To tell you the truth, Mega Man X2 and X3, they're okay. They're good. They didn't do anything to the core mechanics of Mega Man X. It was just Mega Man X continued. Maybe I feel like in Mega Man X3 you may have been able to play as Zero if you put all of his parts together. I know that Mega Man X4 is when things got really, really cool. Mega Man X4 is when they go, 3D going on to the PlayStation. Now X3 was released on the Sega Saturn on disc version. There was a Super Nintendo version for X3, and then there is a Sega Saturn version with FMVs on it. But the PlayStation version of X4, it's when the game just pops off, man. They got some anime videos, and I'm not an anime fan, but it really fits. The anime look really fits the Mega Man universe. But X4, you can play as Zero, you can play as Mega Man. I'm a Zero fan. I'm going to tell you right now, if I have the choice between Mega Man and Zero, I'm going to pick Zero. In most of the games, Zero is only able to use his sword. That's bullshit. Mega Man has a blaster on his arm too, because he's badass. Now, most games don't want Zero to use this blaster and the sword. Some have let you, but most won't. Because if he was able to do that, then Mega Man is just lame as shit. And they don't want to kill their star character. So they kind of just tie him to the sword. They tie Mega Man into the range, then put together two different play types. It's pretty cool. But I always go with Zero, because he's just the man. Nearly everyone picks Zero. See? Nearly everybody picks Zero. Uh-oh. Is it good now or no? Mega Pixie, what's up? We'll see if it goes, if it continues buffering or not. Anyways, so let's see, where were we? We're talking about Mega Man 0 and how everyone always picks 0. That's because 0 is badass. That's, yeah, I mean, even the Mega Man X games. Gonna play Monster Hunter World. Ooh! Monster Hunter World, I hear that one should be fun. You should have fun with that one. But back to it. Mega Man X4, in my mind, Mega Man X4 is peak Mega Man. Also, it's a funny note. I'm saying that Mega Man X4, I believe, is peak Mega Man. Huh. Let me see if I can help that. Let me see if I can help that, Stoner Stan, with a quick fix. Okay. So, my cousin used to play Mega Man all the time. Don't forget that Black Zero skin. There is in Mega Man X4, not even in X4 you can get the Black Zero skin. In Mega Man X4, there's a code where you choose in Mega Man or you choose in Zero. You can hold some funky buttons, L1, L2, and L17, and you hold these buttons on the title screen, and it makes them have black armor. And you can have Mega Man have Mega Man didn't get black armor. He got something else though right at the beginning. Anyways, you took half damage. You're pretty much badass. Black armor 0 is always better than red armor 0. Always. So then we got Mega Man Legends, right? Because we get off point here. When I was saying X4 was the best Mega Man, there's a reason that X4 in my mind, and when you play it, is just so tightly well done, is because the producer of Mega Man, the maker of Mega Man said, this is my swan song. I'm done. X4 is the final Mega Man. I am done with the Mega Man series, and X4 is gonna nicely clean this up and close it down. That's why Mega Man X5, X6, X7, and X8 are absolute garbage. Real talk. Garbage. They're all 4 of those. I mean, seriously, they are so bad. And that's because the maker of Mega Man, he didn't have anything to do with those games. That was just Capcom saying, let's just keep making Mega Man games and making some money off it. X5, X6, X7, X8, out the window. Fling! Gone, right? We ain't even going to talk about those pieces of trash. They don't get the respect. We're moving forward. Oh, Mega, girl. We going to have an episode on Metroid. But that's not this episode. Metroid is in the future. But I would agree with you. Metroid is tight. Will you keep that shut? Yeah. So then, after the Mega Man X games, we have Mega Man Legends. And I don't know if any of you play Mega Man Legends. I love Mega Man Legends. Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man Legends 2, The Misadventures of Tron Bond. I'll take those 3 games and play those games anytime. They are awesome. Awesome games. They're also the furthest in the future of the Mega Man actual chronological timeline. Mega Man Legends, I believe, is 3,000, if not 30,000. I have it in here. We will find it, but it is so far in the future of Mega Man games. But it's the final one, and might I add, it was left in a cliffhanger. We don't even know what's happening to our boy Mega Man. He's stuck on the moon. The last Mega Man game we played in the chronological Mega Man game is Mega Man is stuck on the moon Elysian, and he's stuck up there. And they ain't gonna make Mega Man Legends 3 because they axed it. And yes, Metroid is a hotter, more badass version of Mega Man. I would agree. Now, if Mega Man and Metroid got together and made some sort of super cyborg baby, ultimate bounty hunter, ultimate killer, probably the Dark Lord. But that is, again, another one. Let's see here. Looks like they went into Mega Man Battle Networks. Now, what are those? What are these Game Boy games? Game Boy Advance games? I played a couple of those ROM and emulator. I played them on ROM and emulator. Someone's house. Wasn't me. But anyways, I played them. They're pretty cool. I only played one or two. There's a lot of them though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of those. I think I played like number 1 hard, and I might have like started to play 2 for like 10 minutes. It was like, yeah, it was cool, and never came back. Legend as its own canon. So we got Mega Man Battle Network, and those are pretty cool. Those are the strategy, and here I was talking about a strategy. I mean, those are a strategy game. Grid-based. Those are pretty cool. In fact, let's write those down. I need to actually go and play those games. Mega Man Battle Networks. Because I like Mega Man, and I also really enjoy strategy games. Go and have a friend download some ROMs and emulators. Let's see here. We got the Mega Man Zero games. Those games are cool. So then after Mega Man X, we got the Mega Man Legends. Then after the Mega Man Battle Network, we go into the Mega Man Zero games. By the way, they have a Mega Man Zero collection coming out for PS4 sometime in January. Your boy here going to play that start to finish, platinum, every single one of those. We're going to go all through those Zero games. So far, every podcast he says he needs to play the games on that topic. That list can be so long. AB, on the Matrix, I said I want to play the Path of Neo again. You're right. And on this one, yeah, Mega Man Battle Network, yeah, that one would be pretty cool. Mega Man Zero, I'm definitely playing through those though. I mean, I'm telling you guys right now, in January, that collection comes out. Day one, it will be preloaded. That will be one of those games that you see in your boy Cameron staring at a screen with a countdown timer saying, yo guys, we about to play this game because it's Mega Man Zero. I love Mega Man, and Mega Man Zero took it to the next level. They took the mechanics of Mega Man X, great platforming. They took Zero, you have a sword, you have a gun. Wait a minute, I thought we said we couldn't give Zero a gun and a sword because it would make Mega Man just stupid as shit. Well, there's no Mega Man in this one. Well, fucking cool. Give him some force powers too. Make him cooler. You do get force powers with little fairies. Okay, it's a super cool game. We're gonna play that one. See, even it says here, Mega Man Zero collection already came out for the DS in 2010. Mega Man Zero and then the ZX collection comes out. When is this? January 24th. And I haven't played any of the ZX games. I don't know really anything about the ZX games. I think it's like, from what I know, and we'll go through it, is it's in the future, and like basically these alloys, metals, right? Like nanotechnology is like basis of like Mega Man and like Zero, and all these people are like uploaded into these alloys, I think. I'm going to stop talking about it because I could be just talking out my ass, but I got all of it here. We'll go through it. Battle Network anime is really good, but what Mega Man in that universe is strange. You'll see what I mean. Mega Man Zero is after Mega Man X series. Path of Neo is hit or miss, really. Path of Neo I liked. Mega Man Zero is after the Mega Man X series. I believe Mega Man Zero takes place 1,000 years after the Mega Man X series. We'll see. And the Battle Network is strange. The Battle Network takes place in an alternate reality where Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. Dr. Light was about robotics, and Dr. Wily was about like networking and the internet. And like in the main Mega Man trilogy, Dr. Light got his like grant and was able to go with robotics. And the alternate universe, which is the Battle Network, that's when they said Dr. Wily actually went forward with networking instead of robotics, and that's what created the Mega Man Battle Network universe. It's interesting. Mega Man Star Force, never played that. Mega Man Star Force, what are those for? DS? I've never even played Star Force. No. All right, so ooh, canceled games. These are fun. Maverick Hunter. Mega Man Universe. That's the one I was talking about. Mega Man Universe. That was canceled March 2011. Wow, it's so long ago. I remember looking at that in the comics magazines. Mega Man Universe. It's supposed to be almost be like a maybe like a Mario Maker in the Mega Man, and it was like an MMO. I remember MMO and Mario Maker kind of stuff being thrown around. This before Mario Maker even existed, 2011. Mega Man Legends 3, like I said, they canceled that. I saw some screenshots of what they had for Mega Man Legends 3, and it was probably a good idea they did cancel it, just from the images I saw, but I don't know. I really want another Mega Man game. ZX takes place after Mega Man 0, where your character's male, female, or the heroes that can change into the past humanoid robots in Mega Man series, like those ones from Mega Man 0 to Mega Man N0. Yeah, here come the timeline. We're going to talk about the timeline right now. In fact, the timeline starts 20,000 years in the past. It says Ra Moon comes to Earth. Humanity is both blessed and cursed by Ra Moon with knowledge and hatred to cause war. After an unknown time, Ra Moon seals itself away. Looks like 20th century, Thomas Light, Albert Wily is born. 21st century, while in college, Wily develops double gear system, a mechanism that makes robots much stronger and faster. That double gear system was introduced in Mega Man 11, might I add. 2000s, Light Labs created. 2005, with advance in research in artificial technology, Proto Man is created, and the Sniper Joe police units are created. Proto Man, being the first of his kind, feels unsure of his purpose, and Proto Man later learns that he has a failing power core, which happens to provide him with the capacity of free will. Dr. Light offers to fix Proto Man's power core, but notes that doing so would take away his free will. Proto Man, not wanting to lose his free will, decides he's better off on his own and leaves, never trusting Dr. Light again. Proto Man, man. Proto Man was the first Mega Man. Star Force is the strangest Mega Man. It is an alien that fuses with a kid, and the two of them become Mega Man, where the alien looks like the spirit of a dragon, and the blaster is the dragon's head. Yeah, I'm not about that one. That one's getting a little far from Mega Man from me, but it's got to be good because it's Mega Man. Let's see here. Looks like 2006, Light and Wily decide to create a pair of robots following the failure of Proto Man. Thus, Rock and Roll are created. They believe that the two of them will be happy together and provide a mutual support that will overcome any sense of independence, a la Adam and Eve. Rock is to serve as a lab assistant, while Roll will be the housekeeper. That is very gender rolled, but in the Mega Man world and in our world, it is what it is. Cut Man, Guts Man, Ice Man, Bomb Man, Fire Man, and Elect Man are all created. Dr. Light wins the Nobel Prize in Physics for his creation of the Robot Masters in 2007. Additionally, he wins the design contest in which Dr. Wily also participates, but only wins runner-up. Poor Dr. Wily. There's also an anime of it. A few episodes were sent to America. No, dude, I don't need to see none of that. But speaking of, there is a Mega Man cartoon. There's a couple Mega Man cartoons. There's the older Mega Man cartoon, which is actually pretty cool, which has like Roll in it. And then there's the new one. I think it's called Powered Up. Like it's actually like current. I watched it. I think I was on my TiVo and going through a bunch of stuff. I was like, holy shit, they got Mega Man on here. Something called Powered Up. It was okay. It was okay. There's some comic books out though. The comic books they got out of Mega Man, where they crossing over with Mega Man X and original Mega Man, and the timelines are all clashing and stuff. That's some pretty cool stuff. I think it's by Dark Horse, maybe. It might actually be a Dark Horse comic. Man, those are some cool comics. 2008, Mega Man. Out of jealousy for Dr. Light, who won the Nobel Prize, Dr. Wily revolts by stealing and reprogramming all of the industrial robots in the lab. Knowing that the armies of the world won't be ready to stand against these robots, Rock volunteers to be converted into a fighting robot, becoming Mega Man. Mega Man defeats these robot masters and overcomes Dr. Wily. That's 2008. That is the first Mega Man game. That's where it all starts, baby. That's where magic is made. Where Rock becomes Mega Man. 2009. After a year after his defeat, Dr. Wily builds 8 brand new robots who are designed on improved versions of Dr. Light's and leads a second attack on the world. Once again, Mega Man is called into action, and once again, Mega Man defeats them. Okay, that's Mega Man 2. 2010. At least over 6 months have passed since Wily's past uprising. Dr. Wily is trusted by Dr. Light once again and works in Light Labs. Who the hell gonna trust this guy? After that many attempts at world domination. That's like watching Hitler try and take over the world multiple times and then saying, you know what? This guy's not that bad. Put him in the Pentagon. But that's Dr. Light's good heart for you. Right? Thanks, Tyler. So then 2011, we got on to Mega Man 4. Looks like a year after the Gamma incident, the world had been living in peace and thought that Wily was gone for good. However, Dr. Light receives a letter from a mysterious Russian. It's always the Russians. Dr. Kasich, claiming to be the greatest scientific genius in the world. They always claim that. Challenging Light and Mega Man to a contest of sorts. He makes robots, defeats them. During Mega Man's battles, Proto Man appears and explains that he isn't evil. He was simply blackmailed by Dr. Wily, who's kidnapped his daughter. So Mega Man breaks into Wily's castle and defeats him yet again. Wait, Archie Comics? Wonder when will be out? The Mega Man comics are by IDW. They do, yeah, Stoner. Those are the ones. Live action Mega Man in the making. AB, I heard that. I heard they were making a live action Mega Man. Fuck, let's talk about that. Let's actually talk about that. I got a lot of feelings on that. I would love a live action Mega Man. The problem with that is I don't know that the producers and the people who put all that money out there for movies are prepared to take Mega Man where it needs to go. Mega Man has at its core, I mean, we're about to go through it, but at its core, it's a really amazing story. Robotics is created. We've seen this, the iRobot story. We got robotics, and then they're creating sentience, and there's free choice, free will. It's cool, though, when the virus comes into play, and we get into the Mega Man X series. And then you have a sect of robots who hunt infected robots who are infected by the virus, and the virus is created. I mean, we'll go all over it, but it's cool because both sides, with the robots hunting the other robots, you kind of get into almost this Blade Runner kind of thing. There's actually such a cool world in the Mega Man universe that it makes me afraid that if they actually went to go and make a live action Mega Man, that they're going to look at it like, we need to make a live action like Mega Man cartoon because kids love this Mega Man cartoon shit. Hell no. Hell no. So we'll see. We'll see. I would love a Mega Man movie, but that Mega Man movie better be rated strong PG-13. I know they're not going to rate it R. That's just a sick wet dream. But it's got to be a strong PG-13. Show me The Day of Sigma. There's a 30-minute movie. Go and YouTube it. It's called Megaman, The Day of Sigma. Or it's actually an icon, it's E, but when it's pronounced, it's called The Day of Sigma. That fucking 30-minute movie is absolutely amazing. Make that 30-minute movie into an hour-and-a-half live-action movie, and man, take my money now. But it's not safe. I don't know. We are post Joker world. I think that Joker movie just like broke all records in revenue, most profitable movie ever. But they're still on the teeter, so I don't know if I'll get the movie that I really want. But that live action Mega Man might be okay. See, and then you got the Sonic movie. Stoner Stan, let me ask you something. Be honest with yourself. Is Jim Carrey really a Dr. Robotnik? Or is Jim Carrey really a Dr. Wily? The answer in my mind is Jim Carrey would probably play a way better Dr. Wily than fat Dr. Eggman. But, I don't know. We'll see how that Sonic movie goes. Let's see here. 2011. Looks like we're going through 2011. We already got through that. That was Mega Man 4. 2012. When your later pieces finally began to settle over the world, celebrate the new area, mysterious billionaire Mr. X held the first annual robot tournament, inviting the greatest engineers from all around the world to show off and compete with their greatest creations. Mr. X was the founder of the X Foundation and the Robot Union, a force designed to counter the evil desires of Dr. Wily. However, at the final round of the tournament, Mr. X revealed that he had reprogrammed the final 8 contestant robots and was going to use them to lead the new army of robots to make a bid for world domination. I don't know why everyone wants the world. It seems like a lot of work. Seems like a lot of work to own all of the world, but they always want it. Mega Man was called in action again, but this time he had the ability to combine with Rush to form Jet Mega Man and Power Mega Man. When defeated Mr. X, he found out that Dr. Wily had simply been impersonating Mr. X. He managed to bring him to the authorities, who tried Wily and had him imprisoned. This is the 6th time they've imprisoned this man. There is no death sentence, obviously, in this universe. Man, he's like the Joker. He breaks out of that asylum each and every time, dude. Which canon, Dr. or Eggman? Sonic lore is pretty strange. Stoner Stan, I don't know any Dr. Eggman. I mean, yeah, there are some thin Dr. Eggmans, but I don't know that, at least for me, Dr. Wily and Dr. Eggman, I see Jim Carrey as a Dr. Wily before I see Jim Carrey as a Dr. Eggman. But that's just for me. As a fan of both series and saying, hey, Jim Carrey, you could probably play a pretty wicked Wily. I mean, Wily's got that big old crazy, he's crazy, he's got that long head face, and you know what I mean? And then you got Eggman, who's generally, typically displayed big, round, red shirt, buttons, beard, red hair, eggish. But there's some thin Eggman. I can't lie there. See, 2013, 6 months later, it's revealed that Dr. Wily actually knew he'd wind up in jail because he's already been there 6 other times. So he built 4 robot masters and hid them away, having programmed them to activate and search for Wily if they went 6 months without any input. With the 6 months expired, the 4 robot masters awaken and cause havoc all over the city. Mega Man arrives on the scene only to discover that the robot masters have already broken Wily out of jail. Mega Man decides to take care of the rest of Rogue robots, and he runs into 2 mysterious robots named Bass and Treble. After fighting for a little bit, Bass introduces himself and his canine partner, explaining that they are on a mission to stop Dr. Wily. With the information, Mega Man agrees to form an alliance with them, and they go on to take care of the 4 robot masters. After defeating them, Mega Man returns to Light Labs and sees that Dr. Wily is returning to the Robot Museum. Let's see here. Mega Man arrives there just in time to see Dr. Wily steal a replica of Gutsman. Wily then sends a robotic, gigantic clown robot. I'm going to say that again. A robotic, gigantic clown robot to destroy Mega Man, which Mega Man manages to defeat, thank God. Afterwards, Mega Man finds Wily has built 4 more robots. Mega Man finds that Bass has been damaged by an attack on the city, so he goes to deal with them. As he does so, Megaman sends Base back to Light Labs for repair. Megaman returns to find the lab in ruins. Dr. Light informs Megaman that Base has gone berserk, destroyed the lab, and stolen the data for the Super Adapter, a powerful weapon that allows Megaman and Rush to fuse together to create a battle suit for Megaman. Wily then contacts the lab, taunting Megaman and revealing that Base and Treble were created by Wily. Megaman swears revenge and storms Wily's castle. Where the fuck does this guy keep getting these castles from? I don't know. Base tries to fight Megaman a couple times, but loses. He then defeats Wily, who surrenders and offers to go quietly, but Megaman announces that he would rather kill Wily instead to end the suffering that the evil doctor constantly causes. Wily frantically reminds Megaman of Asimov's law of robotics, preventing him from hurting humans, but Megaman claims he is more than a robot. Then Base and Treble arrive, grabbing Dr. Wily and taunting Megaman as all three of them teleport away. The castle begins to self-destruct, so Megaman is forced to flee. I mean, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Megaman was just about to put a bullet in Wily's head. Megaman said, I'm done putting you in jail, and I'm going to pull the trigger. And Wily said, no, you're just a robot. And Megaman said, no, I'm more than a robot. It's pretty fucking cool. All right, so let's see here. What happens after that? Megaman, 2014. Manager worked on do us. Thank you. Megaman and Base. Megaman 2, Megaman 2016. When Megaman and Base defeated the Dimensions, brought the Shadow. There it is. This is Mega Man Strategy. This is that game that I was talking about. Mega Man Strategy. I had no idea that this game even existed, but apparently it does. A few months after the events of Challenger Future Group, Proto-Man's coming back. He always coming back. Anyways, this is when stuff gets going. December of 2016. Dr. Light completes the capsule of Mega Man X, realizing that his work on X would not be completed within his lifetime. He was nearing 60 years of age. Light knew that X was a new breed of robot, which possessed the ability to make his own decisions, and this ability brought with it serious implications. X could be both a blessing and a danger. He did not have to follow Asimov's laws of robotics. Thus, during his construction of X, when X asked him why he called him X, he answered that X is a variable of unlimited potential. So X could be evil, he could not be evil. And in fact, I believe, based off that, in the future games, I think he is evil. I think in Mega Man Zero, Mega Man X is evil. So we'll get into that. Let's see, 2017. About a year had passed since the events. Just when people thought peace had come, robots all over the world began going crazy. This is Mega Man 9. This is for the Xbox 360. This is a Mega Man I did not get to play. Soon becomes apparent that all these robots were those created by Dr. Light. As phone calls come pouring into Light Labs, Dr. Wily interrupted all television programs and announced that these robot riots were not his doing. He then continued to show video evidence that proved Dr. Light's involvement in the recent outbreaks. To make matters worse, Wily gave the account number to his personal bank account and announced that he would accept donations to build his own robot army to counter that of Light. Mega Man quickly volunteered to clear Light's name and was sent out to investigate the source of the problem. Before long, the police came to the Light Labs to arrest the good doctor, but Light went along quietly to prove his innocence. Mega Man went decommissioned. Permanent return teleporting Mega Man designed out of which it reached expiration date 2018. Mega Man, seriously. Alright. So Mega Man 10 and Mega Man 9, it looks like basically is laying the groundwork for what could happen in Mega Man X. It's basically, it's called the Roboenza. It's the virus I was talking about. It's a mysterious computer virus that infects these robots, turning them violent and unwilling to be controlled by humans. Roll is infected by this, enters a coma. Wily arrives at Light Labs, telling Light that he is working on a cure for this, but Robot Master stole it. They agree to work with each other. Wily reveals that he was the one who created the Roboenza, and he would cure any robot who is willing to join his army and help him take over the world. Mega Man goes to Wily's new castle to battle him, but the Doctor escapes to a space station where they battle a second time. After Wily's defeat, Mega Man discovers that Wily is seriously ill, possibly with influenza, ironically enough, and rushes him to the hospital back on Earth. Days later, Wily recovers and escapes from the hospital, but leaves behind a cure to the Roboenza, which Mega Man uses to cure Roll and the rest of the infected robots. Jesus, why is this in talk shows? I don't know, we just talking. What's up? You want to talk about Mega Man? You want to talk about Fat Mega Man, or Little Mega Man, or Skinny Mega Man, or Little Funko Pop Mega Mans? What you want to talk about? What would you like to talk about, good time? You want to talk about airplanes, cats, dogs, food? You want to talk about Star Wars? This shit's coming out soon. Who cares? We're talking about Mega Man. Alright, so let's see. So then that's the viruses. And that's what creates Mega Man X. And that's why Mega Man X is so fucking cool. Right? Because then we got Mega Man X. They got a bunch of cool robots who have to go and hunt other robots who are infected with this virus. That's when Mega Man actually, like, kind of became cool. And that's also why I'm talking about, like, they are going to make a live-action Mega Man movie. It better be something along these lines of, like, what actually happened. The bare base facts, you build a really cool movie around that. Now, if you just build some fat little kid in some blue armor who would shoot some little pellets out of his arm, it's not going to be a cool movie. Let's see. Got Mega Man Rush. Let's see here. And then we go here. The X series, of course. 22nd Century. Dr. Kane. We find X. We go through Mega Man X. Mega Man Legends is after, like, let's see. X, goes. Mega Man Zero. Mega Man Zero is, I think, 1,000 years after Mega Man X. I'm going to find out right here. Looks like 2175 is Mega Man X8. And then it looks like they go to Mega Man Zero takes place in... Damn. That's a long time. It takes place hundreds and hundreds of years. Hundreds. All it says is it's an undefined period of time, but hundreds of years. So then you got Mega Man X, and then that's Zero. And then after that, we go into the Mega Man Legends, which is after the entire world had been flooded. Like with the world flood. That's super interesting. And I don't even think that Mega Man in Mega Man Legends is quote-unquote Mega Man. I think in Mega Man Legends 2, they find out that he's kind of like a keeper, like a protector of like a human. Like I think there was like a human bank on the moon of like DNA bank to like remake humans or something like that. Because basically the robots end up killing all the humans. In this timeline, robots end up taking over and all the humans are wiped out, and it ends up basically being Reploids, what they call them. So the humans actually put their DNA bank on the moon. They call it Elysian. And then these Mega Man units in the future actually created to defend Elysian and protect the banks of DNA. Yeah, the RPG Mega Man X game, Command Mission. I played that Command Mission game. It wasn't that great. I wanted it to be cool. It was based around like the Breath of Fire gaming mechanics, but yeah, no, that game sucked, if I remember right. I didn't really care much for that one. And I like RPGs, and I really like JRPGs. I like trashy RPGs, and that was a trashy RPG, and it didn't really get me going. So that one wasn't that great. See here, that's all that. Yeah, that's basically Mega Man, man. That's Mega Man in a nutshell. You got the original, you got the X, you got the Zero, you've got the Legends, And then you got those weird like offshoot ones, the ZX and the Star Dragon Force ones. You got some. Let's see, what is the latest Mega Man game that's come out? Stoner, what's the latest Mega Man game that we got that's been out? Mega Man 11? Yeah, I mean, they're just making collections, really. That's all they're doing is making collections. They made Mega Man 11. I don't know that we'll see many Mega Man games because they don't know what to do with it. What they should do is take the Mega Man 11 art style that they did, that beautiful like 3D look in that 2D, and just go and remake all of their Mega Man games. Because the games themselves are really designed beautifully. They're like a Super Mario games. They're classic. They're pinpoint precision platformers. Instead of trying to just crank them out, which Super Mario seems to have a pretty good track history of whatever Super Mario games come out are generally on point. Go back to what you know works. Do what they did with Spyro the Dragon. Just make it identical, but 2019 it. Just beautify it. A game is a game. Game of chess is always a game of chess. Game of basketball is always a game of basketball. Game of Fortnite is always a game of Fortnite. If I want to play a game of Mega Man, just make it pretty. You don't have to reinvent it. I want to play Mega Man. Just make it look fucking super nice. Like this Final Fantasy game. I don't want to get off shot. But this Final Fantasy remake, I can smell it. It's going to be trash. I was so excited, but now I can smell it. They are fucking tweaking that game so much that it's going right with what I'm trying to tell you, that you don't have to do that. It's like watching a movie on VHS and being able to go and buy it in 4K. I don't want to watch it on a VHS. That doesn't mean that I don't like that movie. And I would love to watch that movie. I just don't want to watch it on a VHS tape. Can you hate a brother for that? Give me the 4K updated version with clean graphics and a nice sound. Do that. Just do that for your games, man. Make some good Mega Man games. But there's also RPG, just 11. Yep, just 11. All right. So that's Mega Man, guys. That was a fun little episode. Tomorrow's episode, we're going to do Mech Warrior, Battletech. We're going to talk about Mech Warrior, and we're going to talk about Battletech. And the reason we're doing that is because on the 10th, we got a new Mech Warrior game coming out. So I want to talk about it. We're going to go over it. We're going to see the history on that. We're going to talk about Mech Warrior. And yeah, tonight I'll be on. I'm going to play some video games tonight, guys. But right now for this podcast, we are done. Thanks for following, guys, and I will talk to you guys all later. No talking more in depth? Oh, you know what? Stoner sounds like, yo, dude, let's talk in depth. You know what, Stoner? You don't want to call me out? I'm going to call you out on your bluff. Let's talk in depth, dude. Let's talk in depth. Let's talk in depth. Stoner, what is the best Mega Man in your mind? Let's get deep. What is Mega Man? When you think of Mega Man, what is Mega Man? Aside from a badass cyborg with a badass gun with a badass attitude. Actually, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man isn't so badass, but he's still got the gun. He got a good attitude. He got a good heart. That would be X, no doubt. Now, are you a Zero fan? You said most people pick Zero. Well, I mean, are you the kind of guy that says, yo, Zero would kick X's ass each and every time? Because in Day of Sigma, I believe Zero saves Mega Man. Mega Man isn't that good. And I'm pretty sure rank-wise, Mega Man is not a high ranking like Hunter. I think Zero is like top class hunter. That's what they call like the people who go and hunt these infected machines in this world. I think Zero is like top of his class of hunters. just below Sigma. Sigma is a sweet character too. See, Mega Man X4 does a lot. Sigma is not always evil. Sigma is infected with the virus from Zero. Zero has this inherent virus from Wily because Zero is made by Wily. Zero, a lot of people even theorize that Zero originally killed original Mega Man. That original Mega Man and all the original cast of Mega Man and that whole timeline actually ends because Zero killed them all. I love that theory, even though the designer and producer and director said that theory is bunk, but I love that theory because it makes sense. Zero is really struggling in X4. He's like fighting some shit, he's going crazy, he's not going crazy. His girlfriend dies in X4. And he's like, Iris! Iris! He's all freaking out because his girlfriend dies. He loses it. He fights Sigma, and Sigma gets fucking infected. If I remember right, he like rips, I think he rips his arm off. He rips Zero's arm off or something, and Zero shoves a rod into Sigma, and then I think Sigma crushes that gem on Zero's head, and when he does that, that like robot Enza virus, whatever, infects Sigma. Zero is then brought in for testing because he kicked fucking Sigma's ass, and Sigma is number one. Kicks Sigma's ass. Sigma's like, get that guy into the fucking test tubes. Sigma's all one-armed, limping, like, get that guy out of there. And that's when Zero starts becoming good, and Sigma starts going off the wayside. Zero. I'm pretty sure Zero's crystal got smashed. I thought that's how Sigma ended up winning that. Sigma won that battle between them. I know Sigma got his arm ripped off, but Sigma won that fight. X was rookie. There's a magazine that goes more in depth with the characters, even showing that Zero had a friendly rival in the rip. When Hunter, Zero ripped off Sigma's arm. Zero really not taking any damage. Zero's crystal was destroyed in that fight. That's how he like. Yeah, that's right. He went to his knees and Zero started like going crazy. And that's how Sigma was able to get that opening and able to smash his crystal, because Zero started like going like crazy. Like he was about to kill him, and then he like went crazy, and that moment that he was like going crazy, Sigma like went in and punched that crystal. And that's how Sigma won that fight. But Sigma almost got his ass whooped by crazy ass Zero. The odd gem thing, all main characters. Yeah, they never really describe what that gem thing is either. But yeah, most all the helmet pieces have that weird gem. Obviously, some kind of like power source or something. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I mean, what else we talk about? Mega Man. Can't really think of much else. You know what I mean? Can't think of much else other than he's badass. I mean, what can you think about, Stoner Stan? You got any other like interesting facts that you can touch on that I haven't touched on? No? Zero facts from Stoner Stan. The facts. There's a lot of animes that never came here. The odd character Axel. Ooh, let's talk about Axel. You fucking talk about Axel. How many times have I told you that you given Final Fantasy... Oh, I'm talking about... my brain's all thinking about Final Fantasy now, because I'm like, you talking about Axel, dude. That's Mega Man X7, X8. those are the trash titles. Those are the games that did it in. We don't even talk about those games. It's like being a Holocaust denier. We just don't talk about it. Never happened. But Axel was a weird character. That is for sure. And wasn't a cool character. I mean, I will pick Mega Man or Zero over Axel each and every single time. No question. You know, when you ask, well, you going to pick Mega Man or are you going to pick Zero? Well, I'm going to pick Zero because Zero's going to kick Mega Man's ass. But at least it's Mega Man. Who is Axel? When I hear the word Axel, I think of Twisted Metal 2. I mean, I think of Twisted Metal 2, dude with his arms stuck to these big old wheels. That's what I think of when I think of a game character named Axel. I don't think of Mega Man. If he was a spin-off game character, the only way Axel could have worked is if he was redeemed. Like at the very beginning of the game, you're Axel, and then like, yeah, you get together with Zero, and then yeah, you don't even get Mega Man until the very end of the game. But you know what it is? It's like Metal Gear Solid 2. It's like when you go to play it, and it's called Mega Man, and you go to play it, and you don't get Mega Man. And you play Metal Gear Solid 2, the front of the fucking game has fucking Snake on it, you playing as Snake, you rocking it, this boat sequence just goes down, and then what the fuck is this? Who is this blonde riding? Who is this? Where's Snake? Pliskin? No, where's Snake? That is exactly what happened in X7. The problem with X7 is they never made him cool. At least Raiden turned out to be cool. Fuck! Raiden turned out to be Zero. Raiden in Metal Gear universe is Zero. He turns out to be some badass ninja who can kill anything. Way cool. Who did Axel become to be? Nobody. The third wheel character. I fucking hate those Mega Man games. X7, X8, you can go to hell. Mega Man had a show where an episode where X met Mega Man, though he looks nothing like X much. I have not seen that episode. I would love to see that episode. I've read I've read the comics where they meet each other, where Mega Man X meets with original Mega Man and with God, what do they call him? For Mega Man Legends, they don't call it's Mega Man. They call him something special. Let me think. I want to say like TrueNet. Mega Man TrueNet or something like that. Some weird name. Vile is in it. Vile, which might as well be Boba Fett. Vile is your Boba Fett character. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Boba Fett character. Yeah. Show Mega Man X. What show is that? Is that Japanese? No, Vile is a mega bitch. No, dude. Vile is not a mega bitch, bro. You say Vile is a mega bitch because he romps around in a big ass mech suit, dude, but Vile is not a mega bitch. In fact, Vile usually defeats Mega Man every single time, and it's not until some way, somehow, Zero comes up and defeats Vile for Mega Man, because Mega Man can't handle. Mega Man X, Vile beat Mega Man. Mega Man X4, Vile beat Mega Man. And I don't know X2 and X3 like the back of my hand. I don't think Vile was in those ones. I don't know that Vile was in X2 or X3. But I could be super, super wrong. But I don't think he was. X is a scrub. X is a scrub. Now, is X as scrubby as original Blue Bomber Mega Man? I don't think so. I think X can probably handle against original Blue Bomber Mega Man. Probably. I say probably. Because original Blue Bomber Mega Man has Rush. X never had a Rush. Right? I mean, X never got a robot dog. And original Mega Man had a robot dog who in fact morphed into Mega Man to make Super Battle Mech Suit Mega Man. Did Mega Man X have any of this? No. In fact, original Mega Man had a bird. Didn't he have a bird? He had a little fat yellow bird? I could have swore he had a robot bird too. Now Mega Man X ain't got no robot birds or robot dogs. He's just Mega Man. So I don't know who would be in a fight because Mega Man X versus Mega Man one-on-one, he might win, but this other Mega Man got a robot dog and a robot bird. Mega Man X, he might have some Giga armor, but he got to find all the capsules first in it. And if you ain't find all the capsules, you don't get the Giga armor. So I'm going to just go out on a limb that he didn't have the Giga armor. And then with Rush and the bird, original Mega Man, they probably shoved it right up X's robot ass. But we'll never know. He learned to be much stronger to where he was at Zero's level. All those upgrades. Oh, are we talking original Mega Man? You would say original Mega Man was at power level of Zero? Is that what you're saying? Because I would actually go and agree with you. Original Mega Man handled. He may be like that boy kid, like, hey, he was designed with like a good heart and stuff, but original Mega Man put it down, dude. He said there's some damn work to do. I'm going to put this robot D on the table. I'm going to handle it. X? He learned to be much stronger where he was at Zero's. Oh, yeah. By Mega Man X6, he is at Zero's level. But still by... and that's... Fuck, man. I hate everything past X4. X5, Mega Man fails again. And Zero, again, has to save everybody. And Zero sacrifices himself. And that's why in Mega Man X6, you're able to use Zero's sword. Because Mega Man X6 is pouty. He pouting. He's sad. He lost his friend. Not only did he lose his friend gave his life because he's such a pansy ass. How many times has he given his life to save Mega Man X? I can think of at least 4 times that Zero has died to save Mega Man X. Nut up, Mega Man. Really, dude? Why do they even call it Mega Man Zero? They should have just called it Zero, because Mega Man isn't even cool. They just had to have it there so for like brand recognition. Mega Man can't handle. He's like the kid at the party who wants to hook up with the girl, but he just sits there drinking the juice while all the other dudes are like flirting with this girl and ended up leaving the party with the girl. He over there in the corner drinking the juice. No wonder there ain't no more fucking juice at the party, dude. You done drank it all. You know what I mean? Who is this Mega Man? And who invited him to the party? That Zero over there, dude. That guy, that's a star quarterback. We need more of him at the party. You know what I'm saying? Zero does not remember he is Zero. OG Mega Man is old dated tech in X's timeline. He would lose badly to the robots in X because Zero does not remember he is Zero. Zero doesn't remember he is Zero. That's why in X4 he's having such a hard time because his memory, he's starting to remember that, hey, Wily did actually create him. And hey, Stoner, do you buy into the theory that Zero was the one that actually destroyed original Mega Man X? That Wily created Zero and his original programming was successful and he was able to go through and destroy all of that? Do you buy that? Or you broke? You ain't buying shit. What you buying? What are you thinking, Stoner? Yes, it works. See? It works. I can't play devil's advocate. I've actually thought about it. I'm like, no, it actually really ties everything pretty neatly together. It actually shows that again, it's Zero. It's all about Zero. Zero was in the original trilogy, the original series. I mean, Zero is the end of the original series. Really, Zero is what put the end of it. Bad story. Zero is the end of that. Then you got Mega Man X. Zero's super prominent through Mega Man X. Then you have Mega Man Zero, where he's even more prominent, even takes more of the spotlight. So it's kind of like this whole arc of Zero. I know in Mega Man Legends, there is no hint of Zero. I cannot remember anywhere in Mega Man Legends there even being the hint, taste, Easter egg of anyone named Zero. Stoner, do you know if in Mega Man Legends there's anything that even references Zero's character? I don't think there is. And I'd also argue that probably Zero wasn't a big character by the time Mega Man Legends came out. Mega Man Legends, I think, came out around the same time as Mega Man X4. Give or take 6 months. In fact, you know what? I got it right here. I don't know why I'm not just looking it up. Mega Man Legends, when did that come out compared to X4? It's like Mega Man Legends and Mega Man 64 came out in 97. And Mega Man X4 came out in 97. So they came out the same year. That's what I thought. X4 and Legends. So Zero still wasn't a giant character. He was just being created into a character. Legend is his own timeline. None of the original Mega Man stuff exists in their universe. It's on the same level as Battle. No, Stoner Sand. You're wrong there. Mega Man Legends is in the main canon timeline, but it's 3,000 years in the future. It's way far in the future. It is the same timeline though as all of this. I'm gonna see if it'll actually tell us the year that Mega Man Legends happens. It happens super far. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Google it. So understand? Let's Google it. Mega Man Legends. How long is Mega Man Legends in the future? Main series set in the future. Can you put wherever Mega Man 3 is Mega Man Legends canon? Mega Man, a science fiction game. It is canon, but what year is it in Mega Man Legends? Huh? What year is it? Sister, the story about the time was based on the timeline again. The timeline. Let's see. Mega Man timeline for Legends. No, yeah, I know for a fact that it is in the main series because this humans end up dying out. Like in this series, humans die out, and that's what in Mega Man Legends they end up going to the moon in the DNA bank. Mega Man Legends timeline. Several thousand years after Mega Man ZX. And Mega Man ZX, I think, is like 500 years after Mega Man Zero. So this is thousands and thousands of years after Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero. Thousands of years after that, huge cataclysm happens on Earth, floods the Earth. And that's where Mega Man Legends is. But the most broken Mega Man is Mega Man EXE, the one from BattleNet, because he controls virtual reality, which let him control the world outside. Mega Man EXE, was it a GameCube game? I didn't get to play it. There's a Mega Man for GameCube that I did not get to play, and I would have loved to actually play it. Because anytime I look at it, I'm like, man, that game looks fucking good. And it was for GameCube. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, the one for GameCube. I didn't get to play that one. I've actually thought about buying a GameCube just to play some of those weird-ass games. There's some GameCube games out there that are actually pretty good. Actually, there are some fucking cool GameCube games out there, man. Anyways, That one I didn't get to play, and I heard that one was super good. I heard it took kind of like the mechanics of the Mega Man Battle Network, and they went into the like 2D Mega Man game with kind of the card system, but also 2D Mega Man. It looked good. I really wanted to play it. I didn't get to play the Mega Man EXE. But you said he controls virtual reality, which let him control the world outside. I don't know how I feel about that, but it is good. A bit hard. Well, any Mega Man game should be hard. Games should be hard. I should feel good when I beat them. If it's not hard, then I don't feel accomplished. Is there any other Mega Man? What fighting games have Mega Man characters in? We got Super Smash Brothers. He's in it. Obviously, we talked about Street Fighter vs. Tekken. Obviously, the Marvel vs. Capcoms. Sometimes they don't have Mega Man. Sometimes it's Zero, and sometimes it's not Zero. Sometimes it's Tron Bonne. Miss Tron. That was a weird game. The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. I would consider that in the Mega Man series, even though I don't believe Mega Man was in that game at all. At all. I just remember having little robots and sending them out on like these little digs or something. I don't remember too much actually about that game, except it being in the Mega Man Legends, and I really enjoyed Mega Man Legends. Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Was Mega Man in that game? I really don't think so. I think it might have even been a prequel to Mega Man Legends. I'm gonna have to go and look into that one. Capcom vs. SNK. Oh, what was that one? There's a strategy game where there's you have all the Capcom characters and you have the Street Fighter characters, but it's like a strategy game. They made a couple of them. What one is that? I actually wanted to play it, and I never got to play it. God, what was that one? You can play as the Devil May Cry guy, and fuck, can't even think of that game. But I actually really wanted to play that game. See, what other games Mega Man in? You could play as Mega Man, huh? I mean, that's usually just some fighting games. I know what you're talking about. As characters from the Yakuza. Yeah. It has like all these project. Has the word project in it. Project. I want to say Project X or Project something. Yeah, that one had a bunch of Mega Mans in it. That one looked pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, guys. So that's Mega Man. We've been talking about Mega Man now for almost an hour and a half. So I think that's good coverage of Mega Man. I am going to end this episode with that. Tomorrow we're going to talk about MechWarrior, some Battle Tech, and then I believe the day after that we might talk about Nier Automata. But tomorrow, episode 3, we are doing MechWarrior. And tonight I am going to be playing some games, guys. So I will be back in about 15-20 minutes. We're going to run some video games. Until then, thanks for joining. Peace, guys.